Yo, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to another video in this course. Now today we're going to be talking about the whole Google side of this component library, and this is what we're going to be building right here. It's a simple component map that has simple points implemented into it, coming straight out of React Rainbow components inside of GMap right here, this exact example. And we will be setting up a Google console project and setting up every single thing that we need on that side and implementing it into our project right here. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, so for this to work, I'm going to assume that you already have two things. You have a Google account as well as a Google console API setup. So in Google, I searched up Google API console, and I'm going to open up this thing right here called console.developers.google.com. And right now I already have a project set up, pretty simple one, with two APIs enabled. But don't worry if you don't have anything set up, we're going to set one up right now. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on this arrow right here. That's going to tell you to select a project, and you're going to click on new project right here. So when you click on new project, you will need to enter a project name. So in our case, I'm just going to call it React Rainbow Course API Google, something like that. Mostly between that many characters. There we go. Alrighty, now that that's set up, I'm going to go ahead and click on this arrow again and go into the actual project. Alrighty, so now we need to actually set up our API keys. Now you might be wondering, why do we need that? Well, if you actually look in the actual React Rainbow components example right here, it asks you right here for your Google Maps API key. And to do that, you have to go on the left-hand section in your Google Cloud Platform and click on Credentials. Now when you click on Credentials, you're going to click on Create Credentials and then API Key. This is going to create your API key. Do not share this with anybody. You can't see it because it's blurred out, but it's right here. And then what you want to do is you want to click on this clipboard right here and copy it to your clipboard. Alrighty, now that you've copied it into your clipboard, what you're going to want to do now is open up the project that we've been building in the last couple of videos, and we need to install a package. Now what we're going to do is npmi.env, and what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to be able to access our env files, access our env variables in our env files, and that prevents us to actually visibly display our API keys to our front end so that nobody can actually steal them. And so once that's installed, you're going to go into your main folder right here, and you're going to create a new file. I'm going to call it .env, and that's it. And so inside this env file, we are going to create a variable called react_app_API_key is equal to, and paste our API key right here. So now that you've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our gitignore file right here, and we're just going to, at the very top, add .env like so. And what this will do is it'll prevent our env file from being added to our Git project. Cool, so now the hard setup is done. What we're going to do is we need to go back into our API console, and within it we're going to have to enable all of our APIs that we want. So I'm going to click on Enable APIs and Services, and there's going to be two APIs that we're going to access. We're going to click on the plus right there, and then we're going to search up Maps JavaScript, and we're going to select the first one right here that says Maps JavaScript API, and click on Enable. Perfect, so now that's enabled. Next, we need to enable another API. So I'm going to click on search, and I'm just going to search up, let's search up Places API, and I'll click on the first one right here, and I'm going to go ahead and enable that as well. Perfect, so now we're done with the whole Google setup portion. Let's go ahead and go back into our React app and build our map out. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go back into my app, and what we're going to do is go back into our app.js file, and we're going to clear out all of this junk right here. We don't need any of it, and what I'm going to do is at the very top is I'm going to import all the stuff that we need. So import curly braces map marker and GMap from, and we want to import it from React Rainbow components like so. And after that, what we're going to do is we're going to add some styling to it. So inside of my function app, I'm just going to go ahead and do const styles is equal to max width. This is coming straight out of the documentation. So 400, and we'll do margin to be auto like so. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is we're going to clear out this div right now, and we need to import our GMap. So I'm going to do GMap like so, and inside of there we need to give it a few props. The first one being API key, and in curly braces we're going to give it process.env.react_app_API_key. Naming scheme wise, I should probably call the Google API key, but next time. And then after that, I'm going to do zoom. So this is going to be how much zoom you want to actually display in the map. And let's do 15. And after that, we need to give it a longitude and a latitude of where it needs to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do latitude like so, and we're going to do 28.077128. This is, according to Google, a place of worship. And I'm going to do longitude. It's pretty close to that, but it's going to be 82.466044, and the header will just be simply where he had to do it to like so. Perfect. And so now if we actually go into our app, we should see hopefully a map. Perfect. So now we see a map of where he had to do it to him, but we don't really know where he did it to him. It's somewhere in this vicinity. But so let's go ahead and actually add a marker to specify where he did it to him. So to define that, what we need to do is we need to create a map marker. So I'll do map marker like so with the self-closing brace. And inside of there, I'm going to give it a latitude, and that's going to be equal to 28.07183. And we're going to give it a longitude that's going to be equal to negative 82.465424, and the label is going to be where he did it to him, and the header or the description is going to be place of worship. And if you don't believe me when I'm saying that this is actually a place of worship, this is coming straight from Google, okay? It's not me. It's not me. But so now we can see that we have a marker right there that defines exactly where it is, with the description inside of what it actually is about. And if we go into satellite view, we'll see that it's exactly where we want it to be. That's the exact position. And if we go into the image, so this is what Google said. This is pretty close. We're across the street, but it's pretty close to where he did it to him. Alrighty, so now that we have the location of where he did it to him, let's go ahead and actually give it the ability to select from a whole bunch of areas. Thankfully, React Rainbow Components comes in the clutch for this. There is an exact component available for this. It's called Google Address Lookup. So let me zoom in a little bit more. It's called Google Address Lookup, and it does exactly what we want. We can search up a location. So I search up like hello, it should find hello India groceries halal meat and restaurant. Alright, and so let's go ahead and implement this into our app. And it's really simple. Since we've already enabled the API for this, it's not much work. Alright, I've opened up my VS Code again, and what we're going to do is we need to comment our Google map out. So I'm not making any more requests to the API because I'm broke and I don't want to spend any more money. And so what we're going to do is, firstly, we have to import exactly what we want. So we need to import the component called Google Address Lookup. And what we're going to do is we need to create a useState variable that is going to be able to hold our address. So I'm going to do const address, set address is equal to useState, and we'll set it to null initially, and that should be fine. And let's go ahead and import useState. And scrolling all the way down, what we're going to do is we need to use alligator mouth and call Google Address Lookup with the self-closing brace. And inside of there, let's give it our API key. So I'll do API key is equal to process.env React app API key. And after that, let's do label. Let's give it search your heart away. and we'll do on change. So this is going to take whatever the value is being searched inside of the text field. We can access that. So we'll do event, and we'll call set address, and we'll give it event.target.value. And after that, we will do value, and we're just going to set that equal to address. Perfect. And after that, we'll do placeholder. And for the placeholder, we'll search your heart away once again. Why not? And that should be about it. So now if we go back into our app, we should hopefully see a Google address lookup. There we go. Perfect. And so now if we search up, same thing, hello, we will hopefully see hello India Groceries Halal Meat and Restaurant and hello Kitty Cafe. Perfect. Alrighty, so that concludes this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I highly suggest that you go back into the component library and look at these props. They have some really cool props and methods available to you, so you can add whatever you want. You can add errors if you want. You can hide the label. You do a whole bunch of stuff with it. But if you did enjoy this tutorial, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.